Well, you see a big guy with a beard wearing a bright colored shirt. Must be Frogfoot Holler time. Welcome to Frogfoot Holler, y'all. I'm Michael. My nephew Colton's behind the camera. And well, I got some starts that are ready to be planted today, mainly because the roots are starting to come out the bottom. So I got my Honey Rock, my Halo Canary, and my Carolina Cross 180 watermelons. And these have just decided to come up and, well, they're time to go ahead and plant them. Now my other starts, well, what had happened was it got cold, it got rainy, and well, they decided they don't want to come up. So I'm gonna have to redo those seed starts so I can get them back up and get them in the ground. But these are ready to plant. We're gonna get those planted and we'll be redoing my seed starts. But before I do that, I got some trouble in my garden. Yeah, y'all come see this. I have a problem in my garden. Okay, guys, so tomato diseases in the South are very, well, you're gonna have them. And, well, there's several different ways of trying to fix it and everything. I'm gonna be trying a new method this year. And, well, I'll explain a little bit later about that method. But before I do that, I want to show you about the tomato disease itself. So if you'll look down here, so you see right here, I got some problems on my leaves. And that ain't good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my micro shears here and go ahead and cut these off. And while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and prune this thing up. You see this right here? That's a sucker. So I'm going to go ahead and take him off. Take these lower branches off. Now I'm going to go ahead and prune all this up right here. Set all these leaves off to the side because you don't want these leaves to stay here. You want them out your garden. Now you see this leaf right here, how it's damaged. And these two leaves, I'm going to take and cut this leaf off also. And yeah, it looks like I'm really killing this plant here, but trust me, it's going to grow nice and strong over time. Now, I have to do this over all 24 of my cherry tomato plants because I don't know if the rain brought this disease in or if it's just something that was on the seeds. I'm not sure, but I got to get it taken care of. So I'm going to be pruning up all 24 of these tomato plants here and get that done, and then we'll talk about how I'm going to try to prevent any further damage. So we're going to hit super frog mode. All right, so I have pruned off all the bad leaves. As you can see, that's a lot of leaves for little 24 plants. But these will not be going in my compost. They will be going into the woods and let nature do its job. So we're going to set those off to the side right now. Now, what I'm actually going to be trying this year is something I've never tried before. Done a lot of research on it, but haven't actually wanted to do it until now because, well, I ain't really planted as big as I am this year. So, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about peroxide, y'all. Now, peroxide is a naturally occurring juice, water, sort of. And all it is water with the H2O with the extra O. And it does a good job of killing bacteria. And speaking of killing bacteria, here's a tip, y'all. These little micro shears that I just used to prune all my bad leaves off with, take them, and anytime you do that, or anytime you mess with plants, just go ahead and give them a rinse with peroxide or alcohol, Clorox, something, so that way it kills off any bacteria that's on your micro shears, and that way it does not transfer to other plants. But let's get back to what I was talking about originally, as soon as I can figure out how these work. All right, so I went to the dollar store and I got me a spray bottle. Love the dollar store. You can get a lot of stuff from there that's real cheap that you can use in the garden. But when you get the spray bottles, make sure you get the ones with the measurements on it. Like this one right here it's 28 fluid ounces. It has a ratio of 10 to 1, 5 to 1, and 2 to 1, as you can see with the black marks. Now, the reason why I did the black marks like that is because the ratios are clear. I don't think y'all would really be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is take my peroxide and fill it up to the 10 to 1 ratio. Come on. Do. All right, 10 to 1 ratio right there. So that little bit, which is for 28 ounces, 10 to 1 ratio is 2.8 ounces of peroxide. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix some water in with it. Anybody else get impatient filling something up, a pot or a bowl or a sprayer, and want to really make it go so they end up overfilling it? Yeah, I have that bad habit. So we're going to put it on here. All right, guys, anytime you're using spray bottles, especially with chemicals or anything, always mark down on your spray bottle what you're using in it so you don't accidentally grab, well, let's say alcohol spray bottle or Clorox spray bottle and spray your plants with it. All right, we're over here with my 24 cherry tomato plants, my peroxide water. And again, I've done the research on this, but I'm not 100% if it's going to work or not. Normally, I would use a copper fungicide as a preventative, but I already had this at the house, so why go buy something else? If this works, it'll save me money. So what I'm going to do is just take and soak down this plant real good, just like this. And if you can get underneath the plants, that's great too. Now I'm going to do this plant. And do this plant. And I'm also going to spray around the bottom of the plants right here to kill any bacteria. And my cap fell off. There we go. Kill any bacteria that may be on the surface, like this. Now, I do not suggest doing this a whole lot, because hydrogen peroxide can kill good bugs along with bad bugs. And, well, I don't want any bugs that are good killed. I just want the bad bacteria killed. So, we'll see what happens. Now, we're going to let this sit a day, and we're going to come back and take a look. And if I don't have 3 dead plants, I'm going to spray the other 21 of them with it. A froggy goes jump, jump. A froggy goes jump, jump. All right, guys. So we are down here in my front gardens, and we have our cantaloupes, watermelon, and cantaloupes laid out. Now these are my honey rock. Then I have Carolina Cross 180 and the Halo Canary cantaloupes, melons, depends on how you want to call them, laid out, ready to go into the holes that we dig. Now, I wish I had more, but this is all that came up before the rain hit them, and I goofed up and left them out, and it got cold and hot and cold and hot, and this weather's been a pain this year. But it is what it is. We work with what we get, and we keep on going. So we're gonna get over here, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna be planting these and show you what the roots look like, and then we're gonna jump into super frog mode. All right, guys, so this is one of my honey rocks right here. Now I'm gonna put a depression in the ground like that, so that way I can move it and be able to see. I'm gonna pull some dirt away, get it even, then I'm gonna take and dig me a hole. Now, I got sandy soil, so I really didn't need to do that, but hey, I did it anyway. Now, these plants are the type of plants you don't want to bury any deeper than the soil level already is. So I'm going to check with the cup. See, that's too deep, y'all. I'd bury the whole daggum thing if I left it like that. So we're going to take and widen the hole a little bit, adding dirt. Do a little bit more, add some dirt. There we go. That's what I like right there, y'all. See, that dirt level is a little below the rim of the cup. So I want to get to the dirt level, not the cup rim. All right, so I'm going to squeeze this cup around. Oh yeah, look at them roots. Yeah. Now this one could have waited a little while before I actually put him in the ground, but I get impatient. So we're going to put that dirt back around him, all the way around. Now you notice I'm not packing the dirt yet, and that's because I want the plant to be stabilized before I do that. So now that I've stabilized the plant, I'm going to pack the dirt around the plant. I'm going to bring in some more dirt, hopefully not crushing my plant by doing that. And voila, we have a planted plant. Now I'm going to push on the ground around here, creating a water ring. So that way water will kind of puddle in this area, and that way the plant gets plenty of water. I always like taking my finger and making designs. It's fun. Alrighty guys, so me and my nephew, we're going to jump into super frog mode and get to hopping. Do the froggy dance, do the froggy dance, do the froggy dance. Oh yeah, I got plants in the ground, guys. I tell you, every time I put plants in the ground, I am happy. Now, I waited until evening time or afternoon, after the sun had gone down some, so that way the stress that the plants have because of the transplant ain't magnified by the stress of the heat. So, I made sure the ground was good and moist. I waited until the sun went down some, and, well, then we transplanted. So the only stress these plants should have is the stress of the transplant itself, which should be all right. Now, guys, we got some more to do. So let's hop on up back to the other garden. And through the magic of TV, it's a new day here at Frogfoot Holler. You can tell, I got a yellow shirt on, y'all. All right. So yesterday I sprayed a combination of water and peroxide on 3 of my tomato plants that had some disease to them. And well, we're finding out today if they lived or died. Oh, please don't let them die. All right, let's take a look at it. In 3, 2, 1. As y'all can see, they lived. Those 3 right there are the 3 I sprayed. And as you can see, they're nice and green, no problems with them. And well, while peroxide is a natural occurring element, it is also organic and it takes several applications. So I'm gonna have to do this several times. Now, with your poisons and fungicides and stuff like that, well, sometimes it takes several applications, but most of the time it wipes it out in one swap. It just depends if you want to go the chemical route or the natural route. Me, this year I'm going to try the natural route. Not the natural right. Well, I guess it would be right to go the natural route. I don't know. I done confused myself, y'all. All right, guys. So I'm going to get busy spraying all these plants again. Well, actually, these 3 again, the rest of them for the first time. And I'll be doing this probably 2, 3 times a week for a little bit and watch how it works and see if it actually does do a great benefit. With the disease it had on there, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'll see real quick if the peroxide's not working. So we're going to hit Super Frog here, and we are at my garden table. And well, guys, I'm going to have to replant some seeds. See, here's the problem, guys. Y'all see these cups right here? Nice, pretty red cups. These are my melon seeds, or supposed to be melon starts. But you see something missing from my cups? I do. The dadgum green. There ain't no green. These things have been in there long enough. I should have starts coming up. But here's the problem, guys. When I planted these starts, the weather was in the high 80s. It was nice and sunny. It was purty, purty, purty. And well, I didn't cover them up. I didn't do anything. I just set them out here because it was nice, warm enough. The nights were staying warm enough. They should have germinated. Well, yeah. See, here's what had happened. After I planted them, well, like within a couple of days, we had a massive, massive rainstorm hit. And we had some gully washers of rain coming down. So, all that rain just drenched, soaked, drowned the seeds. Just completely saturated the soil with way too much water. So, problem number one. Problem number two. Well, after that rain, it got down to like 40 degrees. And it's like, well, seriously, we're in the South. It's not supposed to be that time. And, well, yeah. So, it went from 89 degrees during the day to about 60 degrees during the day after the rainstorm to lows of the 40s. And then for a couple of days, it went back up to the 80s and then back down. And, well, these seeds had a really hard time. Now, if I was a smart individual, when I knew that rain was coming, I should have brought these seeds inside or under cover or something to keep them from being drowned. But I never said I was smart. And also, I just totally forgot about them. So I'm paying the price now. Now, reason why I'm showing you this is the fact that every gardener is going to have failures. And especially new gardeners will have failures. Do not get upset about your failures. Or if you do get upset, go kick a tree, come back, and get to it. See, guys, you ain't going to be able to garden if you're not willing to take some failures. Because trust me, I have more than my fair share. So, guys, I appreciate y'all joining me today. I've had a good day. And I hope y'all have had a froggy day. This has been Michael with Frogfoot Holler. Y'all have a froggy day.